All right, Mike. Well, thank you very much. And first of all, CDVI wants to thank ADI for this opportunity to show our stuff. And hopefully we'll be able to drum up some business for everybody involved here today. My name is Guildo. It's Guildo Morneau. I'm the training director for CDVI. I'm based out of Montreal and responsible for the training in the Americas, North, South, and Central, and both Canada and USA, of course. And today we'll be talking about saying no to card cloning, the new evolution, the new platform of the Atrium access control system. And I'll be showing you that in just a moment here. So thanks for being on board, and let's get this show on the road. I'll share my screen here and you'll be able to see what we have to do. So thanks again, Mike and ADI, and let's get going. Let me see. And play. Okay, well, that seems to have gone off very well. Let me see. Let me get back on. Okay, where's here it is. I apologize, not too familiar with Zoom interface. I usually do my webinars with GoToMeeting, so I appreciate your patience here. Let me see. I want to show you my screen. And where is this share of my, let me start that up. All right, hopefully this one here. Okay, why isn't it giving me the show? It's supposed to play the show here. I apologize. Technical difficulties with this presentation. Can I get this going?
I'll cover you for 30 seconds while you're figuring this out.
Yes, if you could, please, Michael. This PowerPoint doesn't seem to be executing on this computer, which I did this morning. How's this over here? Can you see now my screen?
No, right now we're still seeing the landing page for Zoom. So,
all right.
I'm not sure if it's my screen or your screen, but you may hit the green share screen button again. For those of you all that want to know, all of these webinars are recorded. You can go to ADIGlobalDistribution.us for the United States or .ca for Canada /webinars, and it will take you to our landing page for our YouTube channel, which will have all of the webinars they're not necessarily chronologically listed. Okay, you're getting there, Guildo. They're not.
Well, Mr. Mike, if I may, I'd like to also say thank you very much for this opportunity to you and to ADI. My name is Jorge Carvajal. I'm the National Sales Director for the US. Oh, there you go. We have now our presentation. So back to you, studio.
All right. Hey, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jorge. Live TV, live webinar. Now we're on the right track here, hopefully. Once again, the crypto security solution from CDVI. It's the next evolution of the Atrium system, and hopefully we can get all our ducks in a row here and get this thing done and have a quality show for you guys. So a little bit about us at CDVI. We're the fastest growing North American access control manufacturer. We're based out of Montreal here, and we've been developing the US market. Today, we also have on board with us as panelists Jorge Carvajal and Wilson Povif. Jorge is our US National Sales Director, and Wilson is his counterpart in Canada. So welcome, Wilson and Jorge. They'll be online to help answer any questions later on when we have to the Q&A section. We deal exclusively through distribution channels. ADI is our biggest go-to, and appreciate all their efforts and help that they do for us. We are, as you see, a manufacturer. We do our own R&D, so we have our R&D department, have several engineers working in there, software and hardware engineers, and we provide a vertical solution for your access control. So we develop our products, and we then market them and put them out to the field. Our customer care, tech support, also known as, it's open from, as you see here, from 8:30 in the morning till 8 p.m. Eastern time, being located in the East Coast here in Montreal. It's a free tech support. You just need to reach out to them. There's a 1-800 number that you could call. You can find it on our website. They also do a bit of Skype, and they'll actually, if need be, connect through LogMeIn or some team viewer if need be. So these are our offices. This is the A22K controller, if you will. This is the heart of the system that permits us to counteract any card cloning that is happening out there. Now, it's a browser-enabled solution that we see here, just going through the bullet points that we have on screen. So any browser-enabled device, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer, doesn't matter on the platform, as long as that device has a web browser capability, you can connect and manage your systems, add and delete cards, lock unlock doors, and a whole slew of day-to-day activities that you'll typically need to do on a access control product such as the Atrium system. We do also, of course, include a PC-based software, a Windows-based software. It's the Atrium software, and this is your advanced interface to the system where you can start tweaking different inputs to monitor, create emails, send emails on different events, and so on and so forth. So that software is available to you. It comes in the kits. It's on our website. All the Atrium updates, whether it's software or firmware, once you've purchased our product, you can gain access by logging into our website at cdvi.ca. Open an account, and you'll have access in their download center to have free system updates for your software. You can update existing sites if you need to. If you've had issues or new features that are being brought forward, firmware is available on there. There's PowerPoints, there's guides, there's a whole slew of information. cdvi.ca, we're in Canada, the head office, so it's a .ca address, and by all means, you'd find a lot of pertinent information there. Last point here, no annual license fee. So if you do need to support the product when you install it, and 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you try and update the system, you will be able to. We do not set a time frame. The first system that was out there when Atrium was launched back close to 10 years now, they still have access to updates. So there are no annual licensing fees to support the product. You buy the product, you have our support from day one until the end, forever. All right, so a little bit about the system itself. We could accommodate up to 10,000 users, the card database. There's no server computer required on this, so a little bit of minimizing computer hardware and all that. So the control panel itself, the A22K, in a sense, if you will, is the server computer, and the architecture of systems allows us to connect directly to the panel and have that panel house all the database. As a matter of fact, there's a copy of in each panel, Atrium controller, A22 controller that's connected to the network has a complete copy of the system database for redundancy purposes. So for that matter, no server computer, no server computer to maintain, to service, and so on and so forth. So for that, for what that's worth, that can be a godsend. The control panel itself, the A22K, supports 2 doors. So you can do 2 doors, and you can have up to 4 readers on these 2 doors. So you can have reader in, reader out on the same door. So in effect, using muster or applications, roll call applications, anti-passback applications, you will be able to put on one reader port 2 readers and be able to identify which reader is the entry reader and which reader is the exit reader to implement all these applications if you need to have a high security installation. So it's a plus to be able to do that. You can go up to 500 doors in the system, and overall. The control panel comes in a metal housing, and I'll be showing you a couple of images of the kits that we provide when you purchase the product. There's a pre-installed power supply. So when you buy this Atrium Krypto solution, you do not need external power supply to power your board. You do not need an external power supply to provide, to lock your doors and so on and so forth. That is all done by the panel, and in the metal housing we pre-install a power supply in there. So all you need nearby that control panel is an AC outlet, and you're ready to go with this system. An AC outlet and a network connection, and you have everything you need to manage your doors, lock your doors, the reader power, and so on and so forth. Some of the features, if you will, building lockdown. This is a case in point, especially nowadays, and this the crisis that we're going through right now. That's never happened before, and hopefully will never happen again. But lockdowns are quite popular. Municipal buildings, public buildings, commercial buildings for that matter, schools, daycare centers, all over the place. So lockdowns, we do have a very robust lockdown solution within the Atrium platform. So you will be able to accommodate the needs of any client that requests to be able to manage that and restrict who can access the building and so on and so forth. Muster point, roll call. So if ever there's an evacuation, I mentioned a moment ago with the entry exit reader option, you can indicate with that option to who is inside the building and which area of the building the person is in. So this is another huge application that's included in the system. Elevator control, and we talk about floor control. So depending, one of the markets that we target with this product is condo applications, apartment complexes, and so on and so forth. And you can restrict the access of which floors a tenant, for example, would have access to. So if he's a tenant on the 5th floor, I don't want to go up to the top floor, that kind of stuff. So you can control floor by floor who has access to what floors according to a schedule and so on and so forth. Alarm integration with Burg alarm systems. It's key switch arming. It's will trigger a dry contact relay off the Atrium control panel, the Krypto control panel, and that is tied into a key switch arming input on any alarm panel that supports such a feature for key switch arming. And we will also monitor with the Atrium product 2 PGMs from that control panel to assess and see in real time if the actual control panel, the alarm system has been armed. So we'll monitor the armed and disarmed status with a PGM output from the controller, from the alarm panel, and that will be connected to an input on the atrium panel. So you'll monitor the armed and disarmed status, and if it is armed, you will also be able to monitor with a second PGM the alarm condition. So if the alarm system is armed and there is an alarm in the building, you will be able to see the interface within the atrium system, whether it's the browser or the PC software. So you'll be able to monitor your system. The idea here with key switch arming is some clients would like to use their cards instead of having to remember a code. So double swipe your card to arm, single swipe to disarm, that kind of stuff. You can pick and choose who can arm and disarm. Email notifications, any system event. And this is fantastic stuff for both the end user being advised that, hey, there's a person that we issued a card to that we disabled, and he is now trying to enter the building with that card, so we're getting access denied. So you can flag any event per user in the case of access events or a group of users, end user. If there's an access denied, send me an email. That's, end user specific, that would be interesting for them, but as a maintenance contract, service contract that you can offer your client. Low battery conditions on the panel. There is a battery backup that you 12 volt, 7 amp hour battery that you connect to this panel in case of AC power failure. It'll hold your panel for a minimum 4 hours and typically up to 24 hours. It is UL 294 listed, this control panel. So we respect those structures, if you will. Low battery, module communications. If there is a disconnect on some of the modules in the system, the communication failure, that can be flagged. Any incident type situation in the system, AC power failure, fire off the email. And that is the control panel that will do that for you. So in the control panel, you set up an email, the configuration for your email account that you want to use to do this, and the panel will take care of the rest for you. We've also added recently through licensing features. This is our first endeavor into licensing products with the Atrium platform, the Krypto platform, and you'll be able to have interactive floor plans in your system through the web interface, be able to see doors opening and closing, the status of the doors, interacting with your doors, buzzing someone in that forgot their card, unlocking the door permanently, relocking it, and so on and so forth. So override commands, lock, unlock, granting access, buzz someone in, and all that kind of stuff. So these floor plans give you a visual overview of your system, allowing you to interact with your doors and seeing the events associated to those doors and so on and so forth. So a nice, for the uninitiated, picture's worth 1,000 words, and these floor plans can be very accommodating for people that are not too familiar, and it's simpler at the end of the day. So we've had that available to you now with the Krypto system. So if the A22 control panel, if you will, is the heart of the system and all that kind of stuff, I would, for the thought process here, the K1 reader, that we have here, is the soul of the system, where this is part and process of the whole system. The Krypto system is an ecosystem, it's a platform, and the Krypto reader, the K1 reader, is an integral part of that, along with the control panel, and of course the credentials, the tags that we present to it. The reader is a MyFair reader. It reads MyFair Classic and both DesFire EV1 and EV2 tags. Of course, this is all smart card. The tags that are provided with the Krypto kit, the Atrium kit that you'll be buying, includes the EV2 tags. So the tags that we provide with the system are the latest technology available in the DesFire, MyFair DesFire world. So it's DesFire EV2 tags that you will receive from us. We've also included to future-proof the product, these readers. It's OSDP2, as you can see here, Open Secure Device Protocol. And we also have an NFC chip for mobile credentials included in this particular PC board for this reader. We haven't activated these options yet. We're in the process of doing that. And so look forward in the next short period, if you will, to have more features available to you with this Krypto reader, including OSDP and mobile credentials. When we do have that implemented, if you will, when we have our engineers have finalize the development of the, let's say the NFC, the mobile credential option, we'll make available on our website and download center a firmware to upgrade. If you already have existing K1 readers in the field, you can simply go to our website and upgrade those readers to become compatible with the new features that we're implementing. One of the key points, the last bullet that we see here, built-in tamper protection. It's an accelerometer that we have in here. And this is a key aspect of implementing the security in your system. And I'll be explaining that as we go forward in this little PowerPoint presentation I have for you. So there is a tamper on each of these readers. So if someone is trying to fiddle, pull the tamper off the wall, to put a sniffer behind that, you will not be able to do that. In effect, we'll do even a step further for that. And I'll explain it in a few minutes here. So built-in tamper. What else we got here? This is where we, I think, distinguishes ourselves from the other solutions, smart card, no card cloning type solutions that are available out there today. With the Krypto platform, the tags that you receive when you present them for the first time at the card reader, at the site, and when you're implementing your system, they will function automatically right away. The only caveat that you need to understand is when you present the tag for the first time at a reader in the system, present it for about half a second to 3/4 of a second to allow the tag to enroll the encryption keys for that particular site. After that initial presentation is done, you'll present your tags just like you do every day that you've always done. You just swipe the card in front of the reader and voila, if you have access, the door unlocked. If you don't have access, you need to go back home and figure out why you don't have access to that door. So with that said, the first time you present the tag, the Krypto tag to the Krypto reader on a new system, leave it there for about a half a second and you've done your job. That's the only thing that you need to know to be able to do this. Other than that, there's the same job as you've ever done if you've installed access control before. You wire readers, you enter the card numbers in the system, you present it to the reader, and it works. So this is the same process here. Contrary to other products that have this high security aspect where you do need to enroll encryption keys into the system and you need to upload those encryption keys into each individual card. So there is a card programmer. Some people call it a card enrollment module, and that's typically connected to a computer, either through IP or to a USB port. And to upload those encryption keys that secure the card to prevent cloning of the cards, you need to manually swipe each individual card at this enrollment reader to upload that information. In addition to that, you also need to create a configuration card, a reader configuration card, and upload those same encryption keys into the configuration card, the reader configuration card, and then swipe each of these, this reader configuration card to each individual reader in the building to match the encryption keys that you've loaded in the cards that will be used for access, along with the encryption key in the system. Now, with the Krypto product line, we don't need to do that. It works all by itself. It saves a lot of time and a lot of tedious programming to be able to get the job done and inherit all the advanced security of these AES encryption and so on and so forth. So there's no learning curve. It's highly secure. It's efficient, it's easy, it's simple. These are the, I think, the main points that you will learn from the Atrium, the Krypto product, we have to offer you for this system. Okay, now, whoops, there we go. So how does it work? I won't go into too much details. Actually, the engineers don't tell me everything. There is some corporate privacy that needs to be keep in mind, so that's fine with me. However, how it does work is when you control, when you power up your control panel, your A22K, it'll generate a unique encryption key and using an encrypted algorithm that's built into the panel. And this is a algorithm designed and defined by CDVI. And that encryption key is generated and uploaded into the readers. So the connection, the readers are talking back and forth. It's an RS-45 connection, so you do have your back and forth connection. And the control panel will generate that key and upload it to each reader that's connected to the panel. When you present a tag for the first time to the panel, that tag will, the encryption key will be uploaded into the tag. That's why I've asked you to, at that first presentation of a tag, leave it there for about a half a second, maybe 3/4 of a second. That'll upload the encryption keys into the system. This is the whole automation process that we're implementing for you. Now, with that said, for each tag that is presented to the reader, the unique ID, the card serial number, UID, CSN, they're similar, they're both the same term. That unique ID, of course, for each tag is a different number. With this algorithm that we upload, that'll create a unique diversified key for each tag. And what this does at the end of the day, it mitigates or minimizes, if ever, this brand new technology that's impossible to crack. Some wizard decided that he could crack it. The only thing that will happen with the diversified key sets that we're looking at here is only one tag will be compromised. All the rest of your system database or all your other tags will not be compromised. You'd have to repeat the whole process for each individual tag. So we're minimizing the risk of having this. And to be able to do that, you need literally the most powerful computer that you have out there today, and you probably need several of them, and not months, if not years, of trying to figure out the encryption key. So the fact of having someone at the door with a little skimmer in his pocket, and that he just hangs around the door and scams your card as you walk through, this is not going to happen. It cannot happen with this type of solution. So you're preventing all of that. And by the way, these clone cards, if you're not too familiar, simply Google card cloning machine or card cloning encoder on your internet, and you'll find a slew of results that you can purchase these products, and you can start cloning your own cards and weekend and so on and so forth. So this does not happen with these MyFair solutions. You cannot do that because of the diversified keys. So to give you an overview of the ecosystem, if you will, from left to right on this screen, we have our web device, our web-enabled device. We provide HTTPS. We also provide a certificate through a certificate authority. So if you do want to secure your web connection, HTTPS to the system, we have everything you need to do that. Once you establish that connection, all the encryption that's done on the system between the GUI, whether it's the web enabled device here or the Atrium PC software, all the data that's transacting in the system is encrypted at a military grade level, AES 256-bit. So anything that's going over the network, whether it's a WAN, the internet, or your local area network, when you connect to the system, you can be rest assured that all your information is encrypted. Online banking uses AES 128-bit for your day-to-day online transactions, credit card transactions, and so on and so forth. At the system level, you're looking in the Atrium system, the solution as the Krypto solution, as 256-bit encryption. So from the computer over to the control panel through the network, and also from the control panel over to the reader through an RS-45 connection. That wire can be up to 4,000 feet long, by the way, because of RS-45 protocol. That data that's transacting on there is encrypted, once again, military grade AES 256. And between the reader and the actual tags themselves, you have in the RF signal AES 128 encryption, which is your standard secure online transaction type of encryption. So we have a very robust and highly secure solution for you with this Krypto platform. So these are the kits that you'll be able to obtain. They're probably available right now at ADI. If they're not on the shelves, just ask the guy at the counter and they'll be able to get one to you by next day probably. So the A22K1 on the left-hand side, as we see here, it includes 2 readers, 2K1 readers. You have 25 tags. They're key fobs We provide them both with little key rings, two metal key rings, or if you prefer, what's I think already pre-installed on the actual tag itself, is a little elastic band allowing you to put that on your keychain. So 25 tags, you get the software on there. There's a USB key that you'll be able to load and start programming your system. The kit in the middle, what we're seeing here, is the same kit as the A22K1 as we see, and it also includes 2 door strikes. They are, CDVI acquired the Rofu manufacturer back in December, and they are now part of the CDVI group. So Rofu is CDVI, and these are a couple of the products and that they have, these 2400 door strikes. They come with 2 faceplates, a smaller one and a larger one, and they typically will accommodate easily 75 to 80% of the typical doors that you have in the building out there. So if you want door strikes, you have some bundled in the system in this kit, the A22K1 DS for door strikes. And has the softwares and the tags and so on and so forth. If you want to buy additional readers, if you're doing reader in, reader out type situation, you can of course have the K1 reader you can buy individually. Now, I wanted to take maybe a couple more minutes here, right after we get through here. There's 1 or 2 more products I want to show you, and then we'll open up the, we'll give Josh a chance to take over, and then we'll open up the question period following Josh's intervention here. So finishing up, in each kit that I just showed you, you'll find a guide. It's a quick start guide. It'll walk you through the whole process. As we see here, you also have some QR codes throughout that guide, allowing you to quickly link to our site for product manuals, video walkthroughs. We have a whole slew of them, how to add a card, how to do elevator control, what menus do I need. So there's a whole slew of very important information, how to establish a remote connection through the internet. Requesting a live demo. These days, there is business out there, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're not too familiar with access control, some of the key niche markets that we have for the Krypto, the Atrium product line, of course, nowadays, schools, school districts, if you have any contacts there, go see. They are very keen on securing their business, rightfully so. Daycare centers, another key place, churches, church congregations, apartment complexes, condominium complexes, shooting ranges, marinas, campgrounds, there's physical fitness facilities, gyms. All of these places are looking for solutions that have the lockdown capability, that can have some hands-free connectivity. Don't need to touch anything to scan my card and that kind of stuff. These are the type of places. So if you want to, there is business to be had out there today. Don't wait because this is an opportunity to help you grow your business. If you want, we'll help you get a better feel for it. We can even assist doing a live demo if you want with your customer, yourself and your client, your potential client. We'll walk through the whole process, and we'll get a local area sales rep to assist you in drumming up some business. And last but not least, ADI today, I'm doing a webinar with them, CDVI. They've invited us, thankfully so. But on our website, we also do our own webinars. There's a slew of them out there. So go to our website in the training center, and you'll be able to see our webinars available to you. Talked a moment ago about hands-free readers and so on and so forth, touchless. This is one of them. This is typically used for parking applications, gate applications, or long-range UHF reader. So if you're looking for an alternative to the common product that's out there today, this is one that you could use that does the same process. So we have 2 versions available to you. A 20-foot read range, in other words, 6 meters if you're more familiar with the metric system. For the smaller antenna to the left, the A6U49. And over to the right, a larger antenna, which allows up to 10 meters or 33 feet, 32 feet. So depending on the application, which one do you prefer? And this product is now available to you through ADI, through the CDVI line card. These are the tags that are, of course, complemented by the long-range reader. They are UHF, so I think the most popular ones are the ones that you see on the left, the ATU-48. You simply, these are sticky back, so you peel the adhesive paper from the back, and you can put this on your windshield, either behind the rear view mirror on the top left-hand corner or the windshield itself, depending on where the actual antenna is installed at that particular entryway. So you have the adhesive tags. You also have the credit card size, the clamshell type size UHF card. And over to the right, completely to the right, there's a card holder if you're using those. When you use your card and you're walking through the building, you have a bunch of antennas throughout the building. And once you get back in your car to get to the gate, you simply put your tag in the card holder that we see, the CHU4Go. Last but not least, not ignoring it, but the UHF license plate. Of course, as it says, this is a tag, and each of these tags, of course, has a unique serial number on them, so you can identify each person, each vehicle individually. Some more wireless stuff, touchless. We're talking read range here of typically a minimum 50 feet, and in a good clear area void of interference, which is difficult to find nowadays, but it'll go up to 600 feet, if not more. On a typical commercial type installation area, commercial area and all that, we're talking easily 50 to 75 and usually 100, 150 feet. So anywhere from there. So good range. And when you're pressing these buttons to open that gate, instead of having the hands-free with the UHF, you have this here. You need to press the button on the transmitter. The transaction that's sent over the waves, the airwaves, if you will, is encrypted with AES 128. So once again, high encryption level for this. Some of the other, this probably finishing off with this here, the row-through line card that CDVI has acquired. So they are now part of the CDVI group. These are some of the highlight products that we have, that they brought to us. The door strike that we see top left is the one that's included in the kit. The 2490 off to the top right there is a for push bar solution, exit bars. What's nice about that particular product, from what I'm told, I'm not a door hardware specialist, I'm picking up on that. What was really appreciated about the 2490 is a flush mount. It's a surface mount. You don't have to cut into the door frame. So we have a 1/2 inch latch throw model, and we also have a 3/4 inch model. The Bluetooth keypad, reader keypad that we see in the bottom left here, we've gotten a lot of traction with that. So that's something that you might look into if you want some hands-free stuff and using Bluetooth. And last but not least, a little cabinet lock over the bottom right, the 3820. And one of the things that I like about that little unit, it has a built-in door contact sensor. So you will be able to monitor the status of your cabinet. I'm thinking about gun cabinets, I'm thinking about pharmaceuticals, I'm thinking about file cabinets with sensitive records in the office. These little cabinet locks are a very nice little solution to be able to secure these devices. Okay, our website, cdvi.ca. When you go to that website, at the bottom of the screen to the right, you'll see your requested demo. So that's where you can ask one of our staff to help you along here and give you a presentation. And once you click on the requested demo, once you click on the little link here, you'll be prompted to fill out the form, and we'll reach out to you as soon as we can and help you out with getting that contract. So that to finish up here, this is our team. Once again, we're here to help you. If you have any questions, we provide solutions for your needs. So this covers the presentation, and if I remember what Mike asked me to do is to hand this over to Josh at this point in time. So I'll stop my share, and hopefully Josh, now you can take over.
Yeah, thanks, Guildo.
You're welcome, sir.
Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. My name is Josh Gilland. I'm the Project Registration Team Manager for ADI. Just wanted to do a quick plug on the service and make sure everybody knows it's available and what the process would be to utilize that. My team is dedicated to registering large projects with our various vendors to get discounted pricing. Nearly every vendor we carry does that, including CDVI. Requirements are generally $5,000 to $10,000 or more projects. They do have to be for specific locations or end users. We need to know the city, the state, who the actual end user is, what the application is going to be. Some vendors will require some extra technical information to kind of go over the project to make sure things is going to work properly. But my team is dedicated to getting the discounts from the vendors on your quotes for you. So all you need to do and all you need to know is if you know that you have a project coming up in the future, a week, a month, 6 months down the line, if it's something that's going to roll out over the next couple of years, all you have to do is go to your local ADI branch, call them, email them, go into the branch once everything's open back up, and let them know you're working on it. Give them a bill of materials or have them help you build out a bill of materials. They'll take it from there, get it to my team. We take it to the vendor, work with them on the costs, and then we pass 100% of that on to you. So it helps everybody win more business. ADI gets a discount that we pass on to you. You're more likely to win the bid. And then obviously our vendors are happy for selling the product. So it's pretty simple, just the basic requirements there. Let us know what you're looking at and we'll do our best to get it back to you. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be on the call until the end of the Q&A. Thank you.